everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would show you that I'm gonna recreate a picture that I took 2 years ago. I'll pop a picture here. It's pretty nice. It's like a reflection of new and old, and I thought I would do an illustration because I really had so much fun just doing it. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Here we're just starting off with a gentle sketch. I decided to do that. It's much more easier than dealing with having to do it all over again. So right now I'm just trying to draw the dock. It was pretty actually hard to do. I've never actually drew a dock before. So I thought I would try something new and sort of experiment with the styles and adding a little bit of color, a little bit of texture everywhere, but also making it perfect at the same time, and then making sure everything is the right height. Then we started drawing this dock. It did take quite a bit of time because it's sort of like a perspective drawing, because it looks far away but it's really close to you, and it uses a little bit of 3D drawing. It's like, I don't know, I really thought like I did a good job with this. So then I'm drawing parallel lines here and just connecting both of them together into sort of like, I don't know, harmony together. So next I'm gonna start drawing is the line that's directly near it. I don't know how much I can get done, but I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm just adding these lines here, which will go into the water. This is like a lake, and I just don't know. I love this image that I took like 2 years ago, and I never had the chance to recreate it. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll have to check, but it's been a long time coming. So then I decided to draw this like sort of like stairs that go down. I think you can step on it and then get out and get in the water, but I didn't like the steps, so I decided to totally redo everything. Here I'm just trying to make sure that everything is centered in the right place and using the assist to help me draw the straight lines. You just have to draw it, then press hold, and then basically it just magically does it. You don't even have to do that. You can use the stabilization tool in Procreate to do it. And I don't know, I really wanted to add sort of like an abstractness to this too. I didn't want it to be something that is very plain and ordinary, because for me I just wanted to make sure that both of this was perfect. But the dock is probably the one that took the most time, because you have to be precise, and I want it to look realistic as possible, even though it's sort of like an illustration. But yeah. Then I'm doing the little houses. I think they're like storage for like the boats and stuff that they put. I tried to do it in sort of like a 3D, but it didn't work out, so I'll show you. I actually decided just to come back to it and just finish this 2 like vertical sort of rectangles. I think those are the end of the docks, just to make sure it is. And yeah, and also leaving some space for where I put the houses, and yeah. So then I sort of adjusted it so you could put the house on top of it. The house was a bit of a struggle at first, but I think I nailed it. I think I did trace it from the image. I don't know if that's cheating. But here I'm just drawing the ladder. I just decided to do a simple ladder with no steps. I think it does look like it's coming out of it, but I should have like put it more down. Then I decided to put like these stuff, like the like handlebars when you go up and down the ladder, which I really love so much. And this illustration just coming together like magic. I never envisioned that I would do this again. Maybe to take more pictures, and I just love recreating pictures. And so then I went back to the drawing board trying to figure this out, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't working out, so I had to take matters into my own hands. I know this is cheating, but I decided to use a picture and just draw over it because I couldn't figure out exactly how to do it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't as hard as I thought it was, but I just traced it. But this is the only part that is traced. Everything else I did it, so I would say that I did successfully. Then I went back and just adjusted it, like I think I redrew it on top of the dock by myself, and then I just lowered the opacity of that layer that I was trying to use and just took out that line because I wasn't sure where to put it, where the line. I think the perspective was a little bit off, but I think that is fine. Then I just added some more lines and stuff to the dock. I think because it sort of holds them together, those tiny little metal bars down there. So just put that there, and then I drew this like huge, like thick, like bar thing for the, I don't know what all of that's used for, but I feel like it should mimic exactly what the picture was. And it's just amazing how the sun just falls on the water. I wanted to capture that, so you will see that part soon. So right now I'm just doing the sketching here and sort of erasing all the parts that I don't want and trying to add more dimension into my drawings. And yeah, just keep on doing that. It's easier when you just try and go for it. Then once it's done, you're like, phew. I might draw docked again. We'll see if I can take the same picture soon. And it snowed, which it's unfortunate, but that is the weather. So right now I'm just drawing this tree here. I really like how it's like hanging over the water. I feel like that's the most like dreamy fairy tale thing that you could ever see. I mean, it was quite unique. I did think that the tree looked really good. So I was actually trying to figure out where exactly I should put, because there's like, not mountains, but like a hill, sort of like an island, because I think it sort of wraps around. So I have to add that, but I think I might add that later. So now then I decided to add a background color, because the thing is, whenever I do my drawings, I don't actually put a background color. I just start coloring. But I wanted to see, I'm using the white color, so I had to be sure that it would fit right with it. I never actually usually do it, but in this case I had to use white. But I don't usually use a background color because I think it affects the whole drawing experience, but I do think that is very helpful in this case because I was using colors that are slightly lighter than my palette, and yes, the water does look more darker than the actual thing, but I will show you about what I do to the water later. Then it'll make all sense. It's pretty much coming together like magic. I mean, it did take a while to do everything, but it was totally worth all the effort that I put into it. It did take a long time to do the water because I wanted it to be just perfect, and yeah. I just added this dark color because I wanted to be more abstract. I did try to use the similar colors that was already there, but I don't know. It just looked a little bit darker than I imagined. But I'm looking at my drawing right now, and I think it's sort of like reminiscent of it, but not really. So then I'm gonna use this light blue later to like put it all together, sort of like a reflection, because the water I think has so many different colors depending on if light hits it or not. That's why the water is blue, because of the reflection of the sun. Things look pretty different when you put light to a color. It can change it or it could ruin it. But in this case, I thought it would help me with it more. And trying to figure out where to place the white dots of the sun. It's just, I don't know how. I thought it would be more yellow, but it seemed to be more white. And I used a lot of white in this because it's sort of like, it creates that reflection. And I basically put it everywhere that I found I saw the white. So then I put it together in sort of a way that, I don't know, I just hope that it turns out the way I want it to be. So just adding this white here. Later I will add the effect called bloom, which sort of like brightens it without like make you look really bad. So here you can see that I'm adding the blue, the darker blue, because I want it to sort of like give an effect of like darkness sort of in the painting here, and adding more darkness color to it, sort of getting the illusion that it's really far but it's so close. And yeah, it just helps make it look like water and stuff, which that was sort of going towards when I was drawing this. I was thinking how well that I could make this seem more realistic as possible, and it is more abstract than I anticipated, but I think it turned out how like the part that makes me scared was the water, because to me it didn't look really realistic, but as I added more layers and layers to it, it sort of came together, and I think it's something that I'm really proud of, that I can create art and make it my own. Even though it is my picture, I wanted it to be me as possible, and I want when people to see it to find a sense of joy. And I actually got this idea yesterday because I was looking through my photos and stuff, and I saw this photo, then I was like, I never actually drew this, like I want to do this. So when I did this, I was like, oh my gosh, like I totally did it. I mean, it actually takes a lot more work, but the sketching was probably the most hardest part, I think, because it can give a foundation of what you're sort of gonna color and go towards. But then when it comes together, it's like magic. So for the water, I was thinking to go more of an abstract. Yes, the right side and then the back, it doesn't match the left side, but I think the left side had more dark colors, but I think it didn't sort of come together like I wanted to. But I think that's fine, because to me art isn't perfect. It's what you see is sometimes a different way that you look at it, because an art can make you feel a certain way, but to me it's pretty different about the way everything turns out and how everything can be perfect and ordinary, but yeah. So then for the swirls, I just decided to add the liquify tool to make it more swirly and abstract, and sort of reminds me of Van Gogh, who does the Starry Night, which is very like swirly, and I think that's sort of what I was going towards, because I like drawing realistic things, but I wanted to sort of make it my own way that I would totally do this. But the grass, let me tell you about the grass part. I went back and forth trying to figure out the brush that would go well with it, but I didn't think I ended up finding it at all because it was so hard to find the right brush. To me, the brush really sets a tone for the art, if it's gonna turn out great or not. The grass really was the horrible part because I didn't know how to make the grass look realistic as possible. I was sort of leaning towards using some of those other brushes with texture, but then I wanted to find a brush that was actually perfect for the grass part. The grass part is the one that stumped me the most because I kept on going back and forth just trying to figure out how it can look realistic as possible. Then I just decided to just color the dock because that was something that I didn't fully color yet. So yeah, coloring the dock was definitely more satisfying than finding out the perfect brush for the grass. But I think that the dock, I was really scared that I couldn't pull it out, but once I did, it's sort of like I finally did it. I finally drew something that I didn't trace. I did trace the houses, but I feel proud of what I actually accomplished. I mean, this thing took an hour to film because I was going back and forth, and I don't know, I was just frustrated that I couldn't execute it properly, but then once I did, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually did this. Like, art takes a lot more effort than people let on. It is hard sometimes to think about the results, but I wasn't thinking about the results. I was thinking more about having fun, about the art that I'm doing, and that it's inspirational, that even if I'm just a digital artist, you can turn anything into art. Everything is art around you. You just have to look for it. And that's what I usually tend to do in my drawings, is that give you a little insight about what it's actually like to be drawing digitally, because it's sometimes hard to find the right brush that sort of fits your style. But I think I used all sorts of brushes just to get the right. It's sort of like a recipe. You try again, then finally when you get it done, it's totally worth it. I mean, it's totally worth all the time that I put and effort into all these drawings. And yes, maybe some people won't like it, but I like it just the way it is. And I hope that you guys are drawing with me too. I don't know. Maybe if you guys can post your art in the community, but now you can. I'll put a link in my description so you guys can post your art. I really want to see it because I've never actually seen your art. And also you can tag me at ArtSense Girl on Instagram. So I post a lot of stuff there. Sometimes I post art too. And I do post a lot of reels and sometimes new projects. I did crochet this bag that was horrible, but I don't know. I really thought it was perfect. So anyways, we're focusing on the grass part. So about that, so a lot of I think the end got cut off, so I'm gonna show you a time lapse soon of what. Soon I'll show you a time lapse of what actually happened with the grass and how I actually fixed the problem, and then it's gonna go through a whole time lapse of the drawing. But maybe I should have just kept this grass one and just went with it because I wanted the grass to be so perfect. And yes, maybe this one was the grass, but I didn't feel like it fit my drawing that well because I don't know, I didn't like the texture of the brush. It was like really like horrible. I don't know how to describe it, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But that's okay. I mean, the grass doesn't have to be perfect to me. It's just beautiful and amazing, and let's get to the part. Then what I did is added some water in the back, which I didn't pay much attention to the texture and everything, but I did sort of like just use the same colors that I already used. Just added a light blue and then a dark blue on top of it. It's more like a bluish, grayish color, but I just laid it on top of it and then just put it under the layer just so it stays hidden there. That's how you hide out your imperfections when you're doing digital drawing. Just hide it under layers so people can actually find it. So then next was to color the house. And the house was definitely my favorite part. I just used gray and then white, and these are sort of like sheds for the boat and storage, and this brush wasn't that great, so I used just a normal brush. I don't know what brush I used, but I think I did use this brush, and just putting it together here, just coloring it. Coloring to me is the most satisfying part, and when all the clouds and the drawing just comes together like magic in your hands, you know that it's going to be a good drawing or not. And I don't know what I think about this drawing. It's definitely more different than I realized, but it's definitely like, I definitely said definitely too long. But anyways, let me just go to the time lapse because this is gonna take forever. Okay, we're just coloring here and just finishing up the last touches of this amazing illustration, which took really forever. And yeah, maybe I'll try to do more drawings like this because it sort of puts me out of my comfort zone and doing my drawing so I'm more comfortable with it and realizing that I don't suck at drawing as I thought I did, because digital drawing is so easy, but painting is definitely one of those things that I have painted, but I don't think I can do a digital art and a painting at the same time. Like good job if you do all those paintings and stuff, but that's not my thing, I think. So now I'm just gonna color everything in white here. I would say that coloring would probably be the more satisfying part of drawing. It's just when you can add color and when your sketch comes to life, it's sort of like magical, and then you're like, I did this, like I drew this, like you should be proud of yourself, like pat on the back, you did a drawing. And yes, it takes forever sometimes, but I think it's worth all the effort and time you spent into it, as well as if you do other things too. But yeah, I really enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun. It's not wrapping up yet, but it will be, and I don't know, sometimes at the end I don't have enough time to talk about everything, but I'm impressed about the work that I did, and I'm really sure that I'll do this again pretty soon. I don't know why it just paused like that. Something is definitely going on with my screen recording because it cut off the last part of this. I probably already did cut it off soon. So this is the time lapse of the thing that's coming soon. I don't know what's happening here. But yeah, this is the finished look. So now I'm going to show you the time lapse of it. I did see right here. It's the pier that I made, the dock, and then I added the stuff there, then I added everything, used the picture for reference, used the color in the background. I sort of just did that and then added the tree there, as you can see, then just added the grass. The grass was a fail at first, then I actually redid the grass using a brush, then added the clouds, then the mountains, and then added some shadow to it, the tree. And yeah, this is the finished look. I think it turned out really wonderful, and be sure to subscribe.